Today is the wedding of my daughter Wenkai and my son-in-law James. To my dear daughter Wenkai, I'd like to say, even since 26 years ago, you have brought so much joy to our family. You were such a cheerful and lovely child. You became a very smart, hardworking, and kind-hearted young lady. You used to make some handmade soap, and your mother, oh that's me, I liked to give them to my colleagues. Do you know how proud I am of you? All these memories of the 26 years of your life are running through my mind like a movie. I remember 4 years ago when you came back home with James for the first time. He was so thoughtful and caring. You've made an excellent choice. I have every faith in both of you. In the future, I hope I will also be a grandparent. That will be a big change for me, but I'll cope. Finally, dear guests, eat, drink, and be merry. Let's raise our glasses and toast the happy couple to Wenkai and James.
Cheers!
I, James, take you, Wenkai, to be my wedded wife, you have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, to death do us part. In the presence of God, I make this vow.
I, Wenkai, take you, James, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death us do part. In the presence of God, I make this vow.
Wenkai, I give you this ring as a sign of our marriage. With my body I honour you. All that I am I give to you, and all that I have I share with you, within the love of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
James, I give you this ring as the sign of our marriage. With my body I honour you. All that I am I give to you. All that I have I share with you, within the love of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Don't worry, it does fit.
I therefore proclaim that they are husband and wife.
On behalf of my wife, I'd like to thank you all for travelling here today. It would not be the same without you, but it would probably be certainly a lot cheaper. To my in-laws, I can't thank you enough for the warmth and generosity that you've shown me since the moment I've met you. Thank you as well for raising such a beautiful daughter who's talented and amazing in every way. I am very proud to call her my wife. I will promise that I will always love and protect your daughter. Mum, Dad, I want to thank you for producing such an incredible son.
Believe me, it wasn't easy.
Simon is a great guy. You've always been there for me, and I'm very proud to have you supporting me today. My ushers, you have done me so proud today. You two are absolutely incredible. Bennett as well, you've travelled all the way from Singapore to be here today. I know you asked to be here since the day you found out that Wenkai and I were going out. So you saw it, yeah. Ollie, this day probably wouldn't be happening without you. If you didn't date Vivian and Vivian didn't know Wenkai, we probably wouldn't have been introduced in London the day before my graduation, where I opened the door and met my future wife. For those who don't know me, I used to be quite indecisive. Now I'm not sure. I wasted no time in really deciding that I asked Wenkai out. And for the moment I first set eyes on her, I felt and knew that she was the person I always wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And here she is, my new wife. I'm sure you would all agree how beautiful she looks today. As I watched you walk down the aisle, I realised how truly lucky I am. As a famous Chinese poet once said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And I can honestly say that our journey has made me feel as if we have a long and happy road ahead. So in conclusion to that, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand to raise the toast to the bride, Wenkai. To Wenkai.
We know James has got a job at Wessex Water now, and he's probably the only person ever in the history of weddings who's actually been praying for rain. Water level's okay today? Have you been? Because it wasn't raining too much earlier, so is it okay?
Yeah, they're good.
That's fine, cool. When he was in school, he was described as an inanimate blob. He never said or spoke a word, quietly sucking his thumb, even into the later years of primary school.
Like my mother.
And that one I didn't even know about. But very quietly though, over the years, he changed into the man he is today. Mainly I think, was it through the power of drink. I didn't even know Wenkai even existed until Christmas Day of that year, when we started Skyping my parents, and there was this lady sitting next to him. And I remember thinking, who the hell is that? The best part was, James being James, he didn't even introduce her. They just carried on the normal Skype conversation as if that was normal. It wasn't until much later, after we closed down Skype, we were like, James, who was that? And it all slowly came out. But together, they've made an unstoppable force, though. James, no matter how much I would love to try and tarnish his name, especially to make myself look better, he is always full of integrity, and he's such a quality person that I could never ever do that, no matter how hard I would try. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome Wenkai into our family, and I'm also sure that everyone here would happily agree how amazing she looks today. But not only just how good she looks, but how good they both look as a couple. Despite James being a part of that couple, I'm confident you both will have a wonderful life together. To the happy couple, to James and Wenkai.
To James and Wenkai.